It's almost Halloween! We have been getting ourselves into the Halloween spirit by playing this delightfully fun game, Ghosts Love Candy.
In this game, you are a ghost who haunts trick-or-treaters to get their candy. I love candy.
Yeah, she does. So we thought it would be super fun to turn these ghosts and the candies into cookies.
We are super excited about this one, so let's get started. Okay, here we go. Begin by creaming the butter a little bit and then add the sugar.
Mix them until they are nice and fluffy. Be sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl as needed.
Next, add the egg. There we go, and give that a good mix.
Next, add the salt and flavorings. We chose to add a teaspoon of vanilla and 2 teaspoons of lemon extract.
Add the flour in about 3 intervals. Be careful not to turn the mixer up too high or you'll get flour all in your face.
Scrape down the sides of the bowl and add the last bit of flour.
Sprinkle flour onto a piece of parchment paper and roll the dough out to 1/4 inch thickness.
I really love this rolling pin, which has guides on the sides to help you get the dough to the perfect thickness.
Move the dough onto a cookie sheet and chill in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes.
After the dough is chilled, you'll need to preheat your oven to 375 degrees.
Since these cookies are in different shapes, we created templates for each one by making a copy of the actual card and increasing the size. You can use cardstock or regular paper.
Using an X-Acto knife or regular knife, cut around the templates. Then pull away the excess cookie dough. Be sure to save the extra dough for the next batch of cookies. We are using ours for the candies.
Then pop them into the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Just keep an eye on them, and if you see they are browning around the edges, you'll need to take them out. They're ready! Here they are, hot out of the oven.
While the cookies are cooling, prepare the royal icing.
Begin by mixing the vanilla with half the water and give it a stir.
Combine the confectioner's sugar with the meringue powder, and then mix in the water and vanilla.
Continue adding water until you have a 10-second icing. 10-second icing is when you run a knife through the icing and it comes back together after 10 seconds.
Using a piping bag fitted with a number 2 tip, outline the cookies, and then fill them completely with white icing.
Repeat this for all the ghost cookies. Allow the icing to dry, preferably overnight.
Get the template back out and use an X-Acto knife to cut out the facial details. Do this for all the templates.
Place the template back over the cookie and use a food coloring marker to trace the pattern onto the cookie.
Here they all are, ready to get their details.
Next, color the icings with food coloring gels and place them into piping bags fitted with a tip number 1 or 2.
A tip number 2 usually works for most details, but sometimes I want to pipe the lines a little bit smaller, so I switch to a number 1.
Outline the details in black and allow it to dry for a few minutes, and then go back and fill colors. Repeat this process for all the cookies.
If you want to give them even more detail, you can give them some shading with food coloring dusts. One of my favorite things to do on cookies is hand paint them. Here I've mixed food coloring gels with lemon extract, and I'm giving the cookies some extra details.
We repeated all the same steps to make the candy-shaped cookies. We used the templates to trace on the pattern and then pipe the details.
After we piped the stripes on the peppermints, we sprinkled them with red sanding sugar and then dumped off the excess. We're finishing up our cookies by giving them some final touches.
We are all finished with our cookies. Hooray! These cookies will be perfect for our Halloween game night. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed our video.
We'll be sharing our cookie recipe on our website at sugarhighscore.com, so be sure to check that out.
If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do that too.
You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Happy Halloween! See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.